Hey everyone, it's Phillip here. Today we're going to be talking about the septic tank. Oh, wait, no, not this septic tank. This septic tank. You might notice it looks a little bit different than the retail release. That is because this is no ordinary septic tank. This is a septic tank from the G.I.Joe commercials. So this septic tank was featured in the commercial for the Eco Warriors. Did you spot it? No, it's not that one. Here's a hint.
Looks like Duke's an endangered species.
Yes, it is the septic tank featured in the live-action segment attacking actor Ren Roberts as Duke. This is a mock-up model hand-built for the ad. The base of this isn't actually a septic tank. It's a H.I.S.S tank modified to obviously resemble the septic tank. Orange paint, a hand-built toxic ooze shooter, a canopy that I'm kind of afraid to open, but you can see it looks like it's got a actual glass insert in there. I doubt it's real glass, probably plastic. But interesting thing, there's no bottom in the gunner seat. You just go straight through to the bottom of the treads. This is snow is actually baking soda on here, and it's getting everywhere. I'm afraid to keep touching this thing. I like how it's got water slide decals on it for detail that seem to have worn off in places. Kind of makes you wonder what detail has been lost over the years, but I do like they replicated that decal in the back, even though in the commercial you would never see the back of the vehicle. As I said, this was featured in the live action segment. They filmed Ren Roberts against a blue screen and then superimposed this shot going through a model background, and he had to react to it. The ooze shooter is actually a syringe. You can see it is functional. What I think is kind of amusing is this little circle in front does line up with the detail on the actual ooze shooter. This seems to be a cut down wooden dowel, spray painted or painted neon green. It doesn't quite match the rest of the shooter. All the major details are there. They do tend to line up really well, but it's just not production. One thing I do like is the extended mount here. Gives a little more height than the retail version, which is just on a hinge right there, so you don't have quite as much space to be a gunner. The extended mount there seems to have been a pattern across the prototypes for the septic H.I.S.S tank. You can see it in the 1991 catalog, the Toy Fair catalog, and the back of the box as well. The curious thing, though, is that they seem to have changed from, at some point they had a rear-mounted position that it would go over the back of the gunner. And you see that in the Impel trading card. It's also present in the Deke cartoon. I'm not sure at what point they changed back to a forward mount for the ooze shooter, but that is the way you're supposed to assemble it according to the retail release's instructions. Even though I have come across a few second-hand septic tanks that have the insert backwards with the gun facing the other direction as a rear mount. It is doable. It's not technically what you're supposed to do, but you know, there's no law against customizing your toys. I'm just very excited that we get to preserve this bit of G.I. Joe history and provide an opportunity to look into the design and thought and work that went into making these live action commercials. It was a H.I.S.S tank that sacrificed itself to be something more, and a vehicle that was often derided as the worst vehicle in the Real American Hero line. I think the septic tank's coming around now, so that's no longer quite as bad a rap as it used to have. I myself never had a septic tank growing up, but that's more because I didn't know it existed. As a kid, I kind of focused more on the figures and less on the vehicles. Still sort of how I am today, but because of this little beauty, I do have a few septic tanks now, including the Mark II convention release from 2014. I just love the extra detailing on here, the black paint across these grills on the canopy. I do love it. It's an enclosed canopy again. I'm afraid to try and open that open for fear I'll break it. The syringe is, you know, the plunger is always missing on the retail releases, so to have an integrated plunger that is so unique is definitely a highlight of this vehicle. There's this little hole in the back. I'm not quite sure why. It doesn't really line up with the retail vehicle. It's just a spot there. Maybe that has something to do with the rigging, probably not. But, you know, you never know. And that's a look at my special septic tank. I'm not sure if you want to call this a prop or a model. I'm not exactly certain of the proper nomenclature, but this is definitely going to have a special place of honor in my collection. Let us know what you think. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thanks for watching this episode of Articulated Points. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'd appreciate it if you would like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to learn more about some of the toys featured in this episode or want to follow us on social media, links are in the description below this video.